As small business owners, we have a lot of things to do, and every moment counts. So if you find yourself typing the same information over and over again, there are quicker ways to do it. And one is using a text expander. And so I want to show you a little bit about a text expander, but specifically how I use it to put in UTM or change my links to UTM tags or UTM links, which allows me to better track. And I've talked about this in a blog post previously, which I'll include in the description for this video. So let me give you an example of what a text expander will do for you. And there's text expanders for Macs and text expander for Windows, but it really speeds up the process, especially if you have to do things over and over again. So in my blog post, if I'm offering a product or recommending a product affiliate link, I will add a caption at the bottom of my blog post talking about that. So to get to that, I type in AFF link and hit tab, and it will expand the whole tag. So this allows me to type in things just a little quicker. Another example that I use it for is my signature block. So if that, I'll type in a signature block, and that'll very rapidly. So it's something that I do often, and it helps speed up the process. If otherwise, I would have to do it over and over again. So how does this work for a UTM link? So let me go grab a book review. So I have a book review that I just wrote. So I'm just going to grab that link and put it here. And I have a link, say that I want to send to Pinterest, right? So I'll put a semicolon, UTM. Oh, this is for Edgar. And it will then create a UTM link, and I just have to make sure that it's correct. Right, so that's very quickly, I've built a UTM link that I can now share in other places. So let me now show you how I would actually create one of these text expansions. I use a program called Phrase Express. It's a free program for personal use, and you can also purchase it to do many more things. But the program I'm using is Phrase Express. There's many other text expanders out there. So as I noted, I'm going to create a new text expansion, and I'm just starting to set up some for UTMs. So what I'll do is I will create a new text expansion for the UTM, and this one is going to be for Pinterest. So I'll click on new phrase, and I will call it UTM Pinterest, and it's going to be for my book reviews. Right, so you can create these for different campaigns, different, if you're doing advertisements, different social media platforms. It's entirely up to you. So I went to the liberty of copying what I needed. The only thing I have to do is change this last piece. So I'll call this Pinterest. And then what's important is this auto text. And so the auto text is a unique set of characters that will differentiate when you're going to apply this. So I'm going to put in UTMP for Pinterest. And I want this to execute immediately after I type that unique key combination. I don't want to wait for anything else. I will go ahead and save this. And now I have two of them, one for Meet Edgar, the other one for Pinterest, that I can put into play. But I've also created not UTMs, but text phrases for other things that I was doing. For example, for Chamber of Commerce, I have a welcome message that I created. So this big block of text, and I type in CCW, and that will expand into a message that I can send off to those individuals. Saves an incredible amount of time from just copying and pasting. I can do it on the fly. As I was working on, well, here's my affiliate link. So that's in there. And then as I was building out lists, affiliate lists, I was adding these different phrases, and I would have a unique code for those, which saved time. And then down here in the bottom are my signature blocks. So I have a couple signature blocks that I can use rapidly. So this helped when I had different roles and I had different blocks. But now we have this new one for Pinterest. So let's go test it out. All right, so now we're going to put this into motion and show you how that I use this on a day-to-day basis. So here I have a book review that I just finished writing, and I want to get that out to my various social media platforms. And so I'm going to post it on Meet Edgar, and I'm also going to post it on Pinterest. So let's go to Pinterest. I use a tool called Tailwind. And what I'm going to do is select the Tailwind publisher, and it'll ask me, which link do I want to use? And I'll go ahead and use this bottom one, and I'll go schedule. So in this, I'll put in a book, a board that I want to use. So I'm going to type in, say, my book reviews, and select that I want to send it out to Twitter. But now I come down to the link. And so I have the link, but I don't have the UTM code at the end of it. So I'm going to type in my little UTM special code, right? So that semicolon UTM. And because this is going to be done on Pinterest, I'll put the P on there. And as you can see, this has been expanded to reflect my whole UTM code. Right? And so now I could go ahead and add that to the queue, and it will go ahead and push it out with that particular source. So I'll go ahead and add that to the queue, and we are done with that. Edgar works very much the same way. So I have, for Meet Edgar, I'm going ahead and click on this. And I would add this to my book reviews, and I would then select which platforms I want. But as you can see, this link is not a link that has the rest of the UTM coding to it. So once again, because this is on Meet Edgar, I'm going to type in UTME. And then immediately it adds that information, and now I can go ahead and save that to my library, and it'll push it out to the appropriate areas. Okay, I've already done this once, so I'm going to cancel this. But this saves an incredible amount of time if you have your various codes set up in advance. And that is using a text expander to add your UTM links or add the UTM code to your links. I hope you enjoyed it. Check out the rest of the article.